Okay. Let us talk about the Switch 2. Hey guys, Thunder E here. It's gonna be a lot of straight talk about this console and what it brings to the table, but here is the Switch 2. Now I wanna thank Nintendo for sending the Switch 2 over, as well as Mario Kart, controller, and World Tour, which I actually downloaded. So they provided this for me, but I wanna share some of my kind of like quick fire thoughts spending 72 plus hours with this console. Now, I've had every single Switch and I have also given them away. I don't have them with me. Cousins, friends, it's a nice console, but it's also a console, to be fair, and I'll tell you the truth is I haven't played my original Switch in such a long time. So when I got my hands on the Switch 2 at the Nintendo showcase event they had, it was just a fun experience. And one of the games that really got my attention was Cyberpunk 2027. The Ultimate Edition, because it kind of showed how far this console has gone, being able to play at that resolution and also the kind of performance it was getting. But focusing on the console, let's start off with the hardware itself. You have a console that has a larger display and that shows. And yes, we love to have it as an OLED display, but we don't. It will cost more money, I know that, and maybe that should have been an option, but I know Nintendo will release that at some point in time. That being said though, this display is still nice. It's sharp, it's vibrant enough, it works well. I can't complain. The other big things, of course, are the JoyCons. They are larger, right? You can see the footprint and they are magnetic. This is honestly the best thing. Being able to do this, boom, like that, like so. So easy, attach, detach, easy stuff. Like that is great. Also, you can flip it around. Like that's the thing, you can attach it the other way around. It will still work. But I love the fact that it's so easy. It is so satisfying. Those who have never used the Switch will not understand, but it really is a satisfying feeling. Now, the other thing about the JoyCons is that you can use them as a mouse. And I have to say, it works really well. It's not as good as a regular mouse. But for what this console can do, and just the fact that you need it on the pinch, say I was playing Cyberpunk 2077, and being able to use it as a mouse quite effectively is nice. The annoyance is not the mouse controls because they're very sensitive and they are very, very good. It's actually the other buttons you need to press, which can be a little bit annoying, but you can remap them, so best is always put your trigger on the trigger instead of here on the top shoulder button. That being said, it works well. I like that addition. I thought it was going to be gimmicky, but it isn't. It isn't, and it works well. So JoyCons are good, but the JoyCon Distance is something that I definitely understand. You see people talk about having cramps while playing the Switch for a while, and that is a real thing. And the Switch 2 is better because of the larger JoyCons. But here's the thing, watch this. So when you're playing, I've got big hands. So this is where my thumbstick is here, and I try to move to the button, but I play like this. Again, it's all about playing style and how you play. So my hands are open and it's always cramping up this way. Now, this is something that other portable consoles have done a better job, right? So this is the ROG Alli. I'm gonna be moving around a bit in this video. This is the Alli X. Now, we look at the Alli X and we look at the footprint, it's pretty much the same. The Alli X is slightly bigger, but again, the footprint size, they're almost similar. Granted, the Switch is also thinner and lighter, but here's the big thing. See the grips here? See where my hand can rest? My thumb can go here. I can go this way or this way, but I can move easily to my X, Y, B buttons. That's the way I play. So for me, this is more comfortable to play for long periods of time than the Switch 2. Because I'm going up and down, this is not as comfortable as I would like. Now I can play this way, again, still not as comfortable. That is something that needs to be addressed, and hopefully we see that with third-party JoyCons or even just JoyCons from Nintendo, different variety. Maybe they make like a Donkey Kong one with like bigger hands. Hey, I'm throwing out ideas. Would be nice. So hardware side, there's still some things that I wish were improved. Kickstand is great. I love that idea. I also like the kickstand not being a full back, like the full back cover, but just more of a open kickstand. Makes it easier to implement. The SD card slot, of course, with the micro SD Express. I'm glad they went that way. I'm glad they went with higher, faster read speeds, so load times are better. Although load times are really not better right now, because nothing I think is optimized for the console. The 2 USB ports, it's great to have one on the top or the bottom, depending on how you play, which is also good. So hardware itself is solid. Now, there are a couple of hardware things that are new. right? One is that C button, that's the chat button, right? And I got to play Mario Kart World with my buddy Tech Chap, and we used the button, and it's fairly easy to set up. The first thing you do, you have to add each other as friends. So using friend codes is still an annoying thing in 2025. I wish it goes away, but I understand why Nintendo has friend codes there, but I think this is an easier way to do it. Once you have your friends added, you can either have your game chat throw up as a full screen where there's nothing underneath, you don't see your faces. Only if you're driving by the person in Mario Kart, you can actually see the person's face pop up. So I see Tech Chap as I passed him multiple times. So that is, you know, again, that is pretty cool. Now you can have the bubble faces and have more of like a reduced screen. That's where, of course, the camera comes in. And the camera is okay resolution. Honestly, some people will complain about it, but the whole idea is for you while gaming, just to see your friends, chat with them, and converse. Not necessarily have like, you know, WebEx or, you know, Teams meeting or something like that. It's fun, it's simple, it's nice, and I'm fine with it. I think it's cool. I don't think you need anything crazy. You can zoom in and reset it and all that kind of stuff. So that's something to take note, all right? Okay, so chat is okay, it's cool. What about games? What about the gaming experience? How is that experience for you? Now, the one thing about the gaming experience that I find the most annoying is the download. So I'm currently downloading Street Fighter 6. It's still downloading. The other thing too is that if you're playing a game, you cannot download. So if I tap this, I can show you right here, hit A, says the download will pause if software is being played, uses communication features. So I cannot download anything, even though I've got a gigabit Ethernet. Look at the times it's telling me. So I have to go in, I have to go ahead and close Mario Kart because I was playing Mario Kart and I have to close it. Now my download should speed up. And once I go to check it, it's slowly coming back down, and hopefully it's less than an hour, 15 minutes. The downloads are kind of slow. Sometimes they speed up, but it's a bit annoying. Anyway, set that aside. Gaming experience. Mario Kart World is fun. Don't let anyone fool you or tell you anything otherwise. This is a fun game. Now, my best mode is the knockout because you go from world to world or stage to stage, and basically they set a limit to crossover. So you have to be placed maybe 20th in one race. And then as you go through that stage, next round will be 16 and so on and so forth. I have not won one yet. I know. But it is fun. It is so much fun to play. It is a fun experience, and you know, it allows you to like jump in and play quite well. The whole world driving part is cool. And some of the things I've seen a lot of people do in terms of like cheating or kind of jumping across the racetracks is impressive. But the world itself and driving around the world is kind of open world, but not as open world as I would like. So it's not like Forza Horizon 5, where as you're driving, you have, you know, like drivatars of your friends and you can race them to other places. You have sporadic little race spots left and right. So that I haven't seen yet. I mean, it could be there because again, I'm still playing the game. I've been playing a lot of online multiplayer itself. So there's like, you know, you have multiplayer up to 4, online, wireless play. Now, wireless play is where you can share with a friend. So if I had a friend who had the Switch 2 and didn't have this game, I could still share with a friend. So that is still an interesting part that I haven't checked out yet, and I want to. But playing online, you can play 2 people online or 1. And you see you have the race, knockout tour, battle, friends. Knockout Tour honestly is the one that I have played the most because like I said, it is so manic. I love it. I love it. It's a fun game. It's a fun game to play.
Oh, you mother effer. Just because I'm leading the race. Come on. You know what? Bunch of traitors. There we go. And that is the finish line. Woo! Yes! No worries.
Now, another game that I've played quite a bit is Cyberpunk Ultimate Edition 2077. Now, I did enjoy playing Cyberpunk more on my TV, and it looked really good. That's where you see the power of the Switch 2. Now, I've heard reports that says it's more powerful than PlayStation 4, just underneath the power of the OG PlayStation 5. So it seems like it's a powerful console, but it relies a lot on DLSS, which NVIDIA is just king on. So that, I think, is shown quite clearly with Cyberpunk and how well this game is optimized. I mean, playing on my TV with it has been fun. Has honestly been great. Now, I use the Pro Controller and Pro Controller 2. This controller is so comfortable. Yes, it's smaller. Yes, I mean, hold a sec, let me get my Xbox controller. I know this is a bit different. We run around the whole place. So this is my Doom, the Dark Ages controller. I love this controller, by the way, but this is the controller. It's almost the same size, but it's a bit smaller, right? Let's kind of show you guys here again. It's a bit smaller, just a bit, but it's almost the same size. Now, this is like the standard everybody's used to, so you can see the distance between my hands. Boom, right there. But here, it's a bit narrower, but it's still, because of the way the controller feels, you can float in and out, like more in, more out, and it's good. Now, the D-pad is better than this directional pad here on your Switch. This is hard to play Street Fighter on, so I'm not excited to play Street Fighter with these. But the D-pad here is much better to play your fighting games. Thumbsticks feel very comfortable. I mean, I don't know if they're Hall effects. I don't think they are, but the buttons are good. The layout, see the travel? Look at that travel. Like it's so simple and easy here. So this feels really good to navigate, to play, to enjoy the games you want to play. So if I go back into Mario Kart here and just make sure I'm switching the controller, I was online, so that kind of died down. But you're gonna see it's a very comfortable experience to game here. I like what they've done. I like what they've brought with the controller. And yeah, I think a lot of people like it. But the experience on the TV is a fun one. And I think that is something that I didn't expect that I would enjoy more, to dock my Switch into the dock and use as much as I've done this last couple of days. Granted, family's at home, kind of just hung out a little bit more. So I've kind of been doing that while trying to be present. And it's been good. Now, temperatures on the console have been good. When it's docked, it gets a little bit warmer, so you kind of pop it out. I do like the standby feature as you transfer from dock to undock, like you can continue your gameplay. That part is cool. I feel like Nintendo is almost there. I think there are a lot of people who would say, I wish I had more power, maybe closer to something like your Ally or your Steam Deck. I think it's there. I just think we are not seeing what that power is, because Nintendo isn't gonna be doing stuff like that. Ooh, I'm about to race here. So let's see, I race and talk. I don't think Nintendo has done what they need to do to put that power into the games, because the games don't need it. You know, that's the thing that some people don't realize, and that's where third party are gonna come through. But we'll see what third parties take full advantage on that. Now, I'm playing Knockout here, and I hope I make the cut. The cut is 20. This is going to be very interesting. So, you know, the Switch, it's hard to, stop that. I can't. We're probably gonna lose the race. But the Switch 2 has been fun. Honestly, it's been a fun experience. I can't complain about it. I think there are things that they still could have done better, but when it comes to performance and what they're doing, I think it's nice. Now, the one thing that I would say that I wish was improved was just the way the UI felt. I wish it looks different from the original Switch, just to give some people some differentiation. There, I wish they handled the virtual cards a bit better. Transferring some of my old games, it's cool. It's just a weird process of like, you have to add each game a certain way. You add a game and then it shows you adding a game and it kicks you out of the virtual card. We're trying to add all games at once, which you can, but you get the idea of it. I feel like the UI just needed some kind of like refresher for all of us in general. But that being said, I like the Switch 2. I think it's been fun. I'm going on a trip. I'm going to London in a few days, so I'll be taking the Switch 2 as my only gaming device, and this should be fun on the road, see how well it handles. That's where I'm gonna give you my full thoughts, because in the last couple of days, just been a lot of gaming, a lot of trying things out, making videos for you guys. So honestly, I'm not gonna give you like my full travel thoughts, because this is a console that's home and on the road. It's built to be two-way, TV over there, and then, playing over there type of thing. So yeah, you'll see some content on that. Anyway, if you have any questions or any comments about the Switch 2 and my 72 plus hours with it, let me know. And if you like this style of video where I'm kind of just rambling a bit and talking, I'll do more, especially on my long-term thoughts on devices, whether it's the Switch, whether it's smartphones, you name it. I think there's a place for it, and I think you guys might like it. So leave your thoughts, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and always enjoy entertainment.